Alright, and we should be live. Just gotta pull up my chat as per usual. Oh, come on. Gotta love it when the tools start fighting you. There we go. Alright, where we left off, last time I had to suddenly get up and rush out of the house, go help someone out. So, I just put the console into sleep mode, and we're picking up right where we left off. We were just having started the second battle in the Elite Four, and I'm gonna terrestrialize my my Arcanine here, get the extra damage because I've got to overcome the physical attributes of this Magnezone. The super effective is going to help, but I need a little bit more juice out of this. And I don't want to do too much swapping around, because as I recall, the first Pokemon she put out laid out some Stealth Rocks for me, and I don't want to fall into a constant cycle of taking a beating from that. Damn, that was close. Oh, okay, Sturdy. Sturdy's what helped her out. Okay, I'm not so worried about special moves. We're a really physically offensive team, which certainly doesn't help going up against steel types, but we certainly could be doing a lot worse, especially if they chose to boost the resistances on that. Hey Richard, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I left this stream nearly 24 hours ago. Any progress made? You know, I sat there and stared at Magnezone for 24 straight hours, and I just thought, damn if that ain't a polished piece of steel. And then, you know, roughly before you came in, I decided to strap a chandelier to the head of my Arcanine, and suddenly things started falling into place. Unfortunately, why did I say unfortunately? I just got back from celebrating my grandparents' 71st wedding anniversary. So, I'm a little exhausted between last night's issue, which left me out of the house. I didn't even get home until about damn near midnight with dealing with all of that. So when I did finally make my way back home, falling asleep, I of course only got a couple hours of sleep before I got a phone call in the morning. Hey, remember, it's your grandparents' anniversary today. So, I apologize if I'm a little low energy getting through this. I said I'd be here. I'm here. And I'm gonna be finishing this Elite Four fight. We'll see where things go after that. If I've got the energy for it, I'd like to do a full-length stream. But I am running on the absolute most empty of tanks right now. Fun fact, I saw a YouTube short explaining that shiny Magikarp actually shines like gold in this game. Like it's actually got a full-blown proper gold hue to it. That is going to be awesome. If it actually is a nice, beautiful, shiny gold look to it, I don't think I'm going to want to evolve it. Just because of the tie-in to the... You know I'm a big fan of the older anime side of things. So, taking the actual gold Magikarp approach and running it more so than just a slight palette swap and giving it a real shine to it. That sounds like it would be right up my alley for some fun reference material. I might even have to do... I wonder if you can re-challenge the Elite Four in this game. The format of how you come about this makes it seem like maybe not. Because Because I'm thinking if you could re-challenge the Elite Four, I might try to do, and maybe if I'm able to, and I get one, if I get a gold Magikarp, I might try to take on the Elite Four with just a Magikarp again. That's a challenge mode thing I did for myself way back in the day. Have to heal up between each and every fight. Have to use all of your X attacks, your X whatevers. The speed and the defense ones I think were big options. Oh, your brother just told you he caught a shiny Magikarp and confirmed it. Your brother seems to have really good luck on catching shinies. I'm super jealous. Big crying baby noises. I wanted to take revenge on you, Rika. Pretty sure you mean take revenge for me, Squirt. Don't think I did anything wrong by you. Hate to say it, but you lost, Poppy. Better call the next guy. Oh, that's right. I haven't had to do this in a long time. Am I just supposed to believe that the last person to even succeed was Nemona? Because it sounds like it's not uncommon for people to try. It's just not very common for people to get this far. But how many people have they actually had make it this far? And how many besides Nemona even have a success under their belt? It's your turn, Mr. Larry. Is this a guy we've met? Oh, it is! Why is he here? He's a gym leader. Wasn't he? Am I wrong? Hello there, it's me, Larry. Is this like a sibling? And I'm just dumb? I don't remember his name. I don't remember the name of the gym leader, but I know that we ran into a guy exactly like this as a gym leader. At the time, he was using normal type Pokemon, so operating off of that, I almost think Arcana. Does Arcana have a fighting type move? Okay, we don't have a fighting type move. I don't think I have anybody with a fighting type. Damn. Okay, so the question then is who's best equipped for taking on a normal type setting? I think I'm going to throw Dem out up front. Houndstone wouldn't be bad because of the normal type moves don't hit him. But the reverse works as well. The ghost type moves won't hit them. So I'm going to start with Dem out front. Dem's not very tanky, but he hits like a truck, and I'm hopefully going to be able to lean in on that. So, you made it this far. Okay, so this is the same exact guy. I serve as a member of the Elite Four too, yes. Unfortunately for me. At my gym, I use normal type Pokemon, since I feel they have a lot in common with me. But the boss told me to use a different type here. So if you have any complaints, take them up with La Primera. I suppose I do have some complaints because I came into this expecting normal type now. Anyway, time to get to work. Okay, but if it's not normal type, then what? Oh, flying? Is that why they focused on the tie? It looks like clouds right now. Yep, okay. I'll be trying my hand with flying type Pokemon this time. They really made a focus on the tie in the whole build-up, so I suppose that makes sense. And luckily, Dem's got Thunderfang. Oh, we could also... Okay, so the flying type isn't going to be affected by Thunderfang because of the plant. But Dem's... Oh, excuse me there. But Dem has some type coverage. Is either of these moves more powerful? Alright, neither of them is necessarily more powerful, so we're going to go with Fire Fang. And now they're giving me a benefit by making Fire-type moves stronger. And I say a benefit because I don't think Tropius is going to last long enough to get off a Solar Beam. Or it's going to be fast enough now? Why did it get faster? How the hell did your Tropius get faster? You do not know how hard it was to not mention that he was in the Elite Four. Well, thank you very much for not spoiling it, Richard, because I was definitely taken aback by it. Now, unfortunately, taking that Solar Beam kind of hurts. If we swap into Ash, again, Fire Fang gets a bonus. We get the stab effect if we need to rely on it. But we still have, I believe, Thunder Fang as an option. I never did teach any of my Pokemon the Psychic Fang move. And I'm a little disappointed in myself. I really wanted that as a type coverage. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Oh boy, this Staraptor is tanky. However, that recoil certainly gave me the advantage now. I don't have to worry about a low roll for the damage. He had you losing your mind during the battle. I was like, don't mention it, don't mention it, don't mention it. I still have no answers about this man. I don't know what happened to those people. I don't know what his story is, what his deal is. Here we are, second time fighting him, and we still have no answers. I will say, the first time, I completely agree. For whatever reasoning, the circumstances played out in such a way that my brain broke. And I got hung up on some of the dumbest stuff, but I also think it was kind of really funny because of it. We still don't know what happened to those people. I am now just fully convinced that they are dead. Oh, darn. Alright, the extra damage didn't quite get us over the edge. And unfortunately, we are now confused while terastallized. Which means no matter what I do, if I continue going for damage, I have a chance of hurting myself and eating into my turns that I'm allowed to be terastallized. If I take a turn to get rid of the status ailment, I'm still taking a turn. Alright, I flipped a coin on that and won out on the coin flip. But unfortunately, I am not leaving him in the field as a result. I'm not leaving a beefed up, powered up Pokemon out in the field, confused to be punching himself in the face repeatedly. Alright, I think Altaria is going to be really affected by the Ice Fang. So I'm going to swap in. Richard, you're coming in for the big swings. They were the secret. Richard, don't do the thing. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on stream, man, but the concept of cannibalism is one of those things for me that, oh boy, that's a 0 to 100 real fast. It's, man, the entire history behind why it bugs me so much is, in hindsight, almost comically foolish and stupid. Ooh, Flamingo is his big boy. You're even stronger than before. Guess I don't get a break today. As a kid, a really, really young kid, I was probably like maybe 7, like 6 or 7. My parents sent me away to a church camp. Not uncommon. A lot of people go to such things. But I had terrible, terrible recurring nightmares during my time at the church camp. And when I would wake up in a panic, their approach to dealing with such things was real old school. So it was, if I woke up screaming, it was like corporal punishment old school, to give you an idea. And the reoccurring nightmare, for whatever reason, I can't explain why it was in my head. I can't point to. Anyways, hey Dem, welcome to the stream. I see you in chat. I'm just reliving some childhood trauma for everyone. For whatever reason, I had it in my head that when I would have these nightmares, that while I was at this church camp, I don't know if maybe kids were leaving randomly and my brain just picked up on it subconsciously, but I do know when it ended, there were fewer people than what we started with. And for whatever reason, my brain said, as like a 6 or 7 year old kid, these people are disappearing, we don't know what's going on, we're eating them. And this was a recurring nightmare every night for about a week straight. And I was having full-blown panic attacks waking up in the middle of the night from this. And these were, like I said, the real old school churchy guys who would be like, oh, you're screaming in the middle of the night? Don't do that. We're going to take you out back and start beating your ass for it. Not a good place. Not a good church thing. Not a good thing for a 5, 6, 7-year-old kid. And now, even just the thought of the running statement of cannibalism as a concept triggers something in my brain and just makes me remember that. Oh, I just ate a whole chocolate orange in 6 minutes. I didn't hear my phone notification. Dem, you want to hear something really dumb? I thought, and I swear to God, I remember my phone having notification sounds on for the entirety of me having it. I don't know why. I realized that in actuality, I was just hearing the vibrating of the phone and thought that was my notification sound. I never, in the history of owning this specific phone, had my notification sounds turned on. And I came to this realization late last night, going through my phone and figuring out which sound did I have. And I went through every single notification sound and realized that none of them are what I was hearing. I don't know what I filled in my brain space in the thinking of my phone, but I was putting my own fictitious soundboard into my phone from every time I had my notifications go off. Anyways, back to the chocolate orange. I'm super jealous. I wanted to buy a bunch of those for the holidays. Sometimes we get them in the specialty shop that I've mentioned before. They didn't have any this year. I wanted to get them for my nieces and nephew. And I also wanted to get one for me. They didn't have them and I'm jealous. I've also heard that supposedly there is a world record for how fast someone has eaten one of those. Oh, he got 3 for Christmas. Again, super jealous. They also have a bunch of different flavors. I know they have a dark chocolate one that's really tasty as well. You're a lot stronger than I recall. No wonder La Primera likes you. Now then, I suppose the final member of the Elite Four is next. It's your turn, Hassel. Oh, this is the Hasselhoff. Wasn't he like an artist or an author or something? It was something like that. Now where could he be? Don't think he heard you, Larry. Come on in, Hasselhoff. Larry, you may need to speak up just a little bit more. Hassel? Hassel, you're up next. you're legit. It was just that he legitimately couldn't hear him. I was thinking it was going to be something fun, like we had to go on a mission and find the last member of the Elite Four. The world record is 50. God, I can't imagine eating a whole chocolate. I remember them. They're like the size of a legit orange. Like you hold them in your hand. They're a hearty, meaty bit of solid mass. I can't imagine eating that in 1 minute. Hello there, Ian. It delights me to see you here. As for you, Larry, I see you made Rika do the shouting again. Don't look at me! You have no idea how uncomfortable you make me, Larry. Don't give me that over-the-shoulder glance. I didn't do anything here. Alright, I don't know what kind of Pokemon Hassel deals in. So we're going to start with our Golden Boy Lupin. And I really need to get you guys up and running again. That last fight, we took a little bit of a beating. Remember guys, always give your fish soda pop. It's good for them. Same thing with your doggos. No negative side effects have ever come about from a dog drinking an entire soda bottle. Just a 2-liter of cola. Alright, and the fresh water. Again, your fire-type Pokemon, just pour that water right on them. No problem. I accidentally just battle slid right into that. Yeah, we're ready to face Hassel. Been trying to play Rocket League, but it's just not launching. Tried everything, even Steam and Epic. My brother and I used to play a lot of Rocket League. We really enjoyed it for a while. I ran into a lot of trouble trying to play it last time. He's been playing on, I think, the Xbox, and we tried to do the cross-play. I'm on PC, he's on Xbox, we're playing with Lord knows who. And we couldn't. We could not get a decent lobby. We had terrible lag in every lobby we played, and it was infuriating. Rocket League is an awesome and fun game, but if you're playing it at like 180 ping, it's a lot less fun. I was, of course, absolutely certain you would make it to me eventually. Young sprouts truly do grow with astounding speed. Yes. But I never for a moment imagined we would be facing each other so soon. Now, a teacher's duty is to guide students and aid their growth. But I think I shall forget about my role as teacher for a moment. And wield all my might for the sole purpose of defeating you. I am Hassel. Ooh, dragon. The dragon guarding the final fortress of the elite test. Prepare to learn firsthand how the fiery breath of ferocious battle feels. Something about him doesn't feel as intimidating as it should. And it kind of feels like they're really trying to hype him up a little bit more than just a teacher. But at this point, I can't get it out of me. Well, let's see if we can't take a hit or two. Beef up with a little Hone Claw. Ouch! Super Fang really sucks. I doubt they're going to hit me with a second one immediately. So let's heal up, and we're going to get into the battle right after, because I don't want to take too many of those. It's going to drain my resources really fast. I sucked at Rocket League the couple of times I played it. The thing is, Richard, you can be really, really bad at Rocket League, and it's completely irrelevant. Let's go for the bite. I think most people play Rocket League with the intent of not exactly being the greatest at it. I would say in all the time my brother and I played it, I only barely broke out of the lower echelon of players that just purely try to follow the ball. I used to play ages ago, basically binged the whole Rocket League section on YouTube, and now I want to play it again. Oddly enough, the people that made me want to play Rocket League in the first place, the Game Grumps, they played it and were absolutely god-awful at it, but that was my introduction to it as a concept, and of course my American loving ass was just like, you strap rockets onto car and play soccer, I'm fucking down. You strap rockets on anything and you make it more fun. Also, since I know you saw my tweets about possibly having COVID, I did see in the tweets that it sounds like the person that you were worried about having it got their negatives back. However, they are still sick, and it sounds like, just like me, they're dealing with a lot of sinus issues. I've got allergies kicking my crap in every day. Damn. Man, I don't think Flower Trick's going to help me here. Alright, Lupin's going to go down, but we're going to do a little bit of damage on our way out. Yep. I didn't think we were going to get the type advantage. I didn't remember if it was water and poison, and I don't remember how poison resistance on plants is. Damn. Is it dragon poison? Is that what it is? Man, okay, I'm going to send out Dem for the Ice Fang and see how this goes. I gotta think a little bit because I'm not used to this Pokemon. I think this one came about in X and Y, I think. She does sound better today at least. Well, that's good to hear. Oh my god, Dem. Pro Rocket League players is like watching magic happen, and I don't know why it's so entertaining. Watching people get their cars airborne and zip them around. You're playing rockets strapped on cars and playing soccer. And pro Rocket League players all of a sudden make it be like, yeah, but what if airplanes instead? That's basically what pro Rocket players turn the game into, and it is even more entertaining. Saw a pro player piss everyone off, screaming insults at an event, then got 20 demos in one game. I will say, blowing people up and being blown up aren't overly enjoyable for me in the game. Just because it takes too much of the action out of it. It's kind of like when you watch soccer players and somebody, in my opinion, quite often fakes an injury just to wait out the clock. It's got that same energy to me. Blowing someone up in a game like that just takes some of the drive out. And I think that's just my personal opinion on it. And I wouldn't be even remotely surprised to find out that it's got a major legit strategy to it. I hated being blown up. No one wants to be the one blowing up, but even doing the demolition work, like I said, it's a short moment that it does it, but it feels to me that it takes something out of the, I guess, conflict is the word I want to use. It reduces the chaos too much, and frankly, I think the chaos is part of why people play it. Gonna try installing it on a different drive. Just hoping the university Wi-Fi is good. Well, you're kind of... Ooh. I like that guy. I think that's the evolved form of one of the guys I got in one of my earlier streams. If that's its final form, I really like it. Come, O great dragon, and take a Terrajewel as your crown. Anyways, what was I saying before? Oh, quite often reinstalling a game is unfortunately the step you end up having to take. I've mentioned it before, playing Ready or Not with a couple of our friends. A couple of times now, each one of us. I know it's happened to me, I know it's happened to Jacob, and I think it's happened to Tyler once, where after the game updates, something broke in the update, and we had to completely uninstall and reinstall the game in order to keep playing it. Alright, Den's getting a little roughed around. We're going to swap into... Ooh, wait. No, we're going to swap into Richard and continue the Ice Fang strategy. But yeah, it really sucks. Not only does it take a lot of your data usage, it takes a lot of time. And God help you if that doesn't solve the issue. Because then it's like all that time and effort is just wasted and you've got to figure out what the other underlying issue is. Personally, I think a part of the issue, or at least the timeline that a lot of the issues for Rocket League started coming around, was... I don't know if Epic was always in control of it, but they incorporated the Epic servers or whatever. That seemed to be when a lot of the issues started happening. I'm not throwing any shade at Epic specifically, but it does seem to tie in timeline-wise. At least from my experience with Rocket League. The mighty dragon has been felled. Dude, you look like you're about to cry. You okay? You're my teacher. This should be like a moment of pride. Someone's rising through the ranks and showing their colors like early on. You really did it. Oh, wow. Huh. Wonderful. I'm just so proud of you. Oh, okay, so yeah, he is legit crying. It wasn't just... Don't cry, Grandpa Hassel. They're there. Want a hug? I thought I was joking around with his losing pose, but no, he legit is crying. Well, sorry about all this, Ian. The old man can get like that sometimes. So, what I do, I'm just so overwhelmed. Join the club, buddy. Well, guess I've got to do the talking. Anyway, your result for the elite test of the champion assessment is... a pass, no doubt. So you're telling me it's pass-fail. I don't even have to worry about getting, like, grades on top of everything? Yeah, you're tougher than steel. Yep. You did so beautifully. Congratulations. I'd say you're good to go, but there's actually just a wee bit more to the champion assessment. They'll be your final trial. See that door back there? Our fearless commander. The final opponent you'll face for your test is waiting beyond it. Her skills are so amazing, she was able to strong-arm all of us into joining the Elite Four. You won't find a mightier champion. Though I think you'll do fine, kiddo. You beat me after all. I'll patch up your team on the house, so you don't lose, you hear? I wonder who it's gonna be. I really love your Pokemon, mister, so I'll cheer for you as hard as I can. Please don't. Half of the Elite Four members make me really uncomfortable. If anything, I'll trade the two of you I like to just stay here and let me go do this on my own. Because if the other two come with me, no thank you. You can do this. We all know you can. Now go, young Ian. Hassel, are you insulting me after all this? I just beat the shit in on you, and you're just like, your hand's so small. I'm feeling a reference to Donald Trump here a little bit. Your hands may be small, but let them seize a great victory. I seem to recall there was a moment where someone mocked Trump for his hand size or something like that. I don't remember too much about that moment, but it was funny. Are you ready to face the final test of the champion assessment? Yes. Alright. Fourth time installing it in 2 days. Lovely. I'll throw shade at Epic. I hate Fortnite. No disrespect to anyone that likes Fortnite, mind you. I was playing Fortnite today. Really not a bad game. Personally, I feel like it's just a cash grab at this point. Same with 99% of the things that get... you know what, Dem? You're absolutely right. I do want to add into this. I actually really like Fortnite as a concept. Primarily the earlier days of Fortnite. I actually was thinking about when Fortnite first got announced. The survival whatever thing that they do now was originally an add-on concept. The original direction it was going to go is there was going to be like a zombie horde survival game, and part of your whole building was going to be building ways for you to deal with the zombie horde and give you an advantage. I thought that was a really cool idea, and I was waiting for that game to come out. They have since, I'm sure, completely scrapped that entire concept and are just going all in on the 1v100 or whatever they do, the Battle Royale. And I don't dislike what they're doing with it. I think there's a very obvious reason that so many other copycat games have come about. But I do want to say one thing. Their Battle Royale concept, a lot of people reference it as the original. And I'm just going to throw this out there. They aren't. The original Battle Royale, as I understand it, I believe came from, wasn't it like the Minecraft Hunger Game stuff that people were doing? Like really think about what is the Battle Royale system. The old Minecraft Hunger Game videos that people were doing, that's the same exact thing. You start with nothing, you pick up your loot, you have to fight everyone to be the one last guy surviving. H1Z1, it could be H1Z1, that's also possible. I'd have to look up when that came out versus the Minecraft Hunger Games. But God, I swear that stuff went to I swear some of that shit was coming out pre-2010. I might be wrong. I don't even remember when Minecraft first came out. I've talked about this way back when my brother was doing these videos with me. I realized the music in the game stopped, and I'm sorry, guys. Way back, I'm thinking back, I've got my head to my temple. Way back when my brother was doing these videos for us, we talked about Minecraft at some point. I think we were going to do Minecraft videos together for a few little bit there. And we realized, we looked up all of the Minecraft versions. I don't know how I got my hands on it, but the version of Minecraft that both of us started with was the alpha pre-launch out in the public version of Minecraft, because we had to go back through the update files to figure out which version we were playing. Welcome, Ian. It gives me great joy that you've managed to make it all the way to the pinnacle of the Pokemon League. The final test is a battle against me, the top champion. To pass, all you need to do is win. So let me get this right. To be a champion of any degree, I have to beat the top champion? I don't know if that necessarily makes a lot of sense to me. Especially because, wouldn't that mean Nimona had to have beaten you in order for her to be a champion? And then why would she not be here as the top champion and you are? See the problem here? Anyways, but before we get started, I should apologize for one thing. You see, I have a trait that some might say is inappropriate. Gita, we're not gonna have a problem here. I'm on YouTube. There could be a serious issue with this. I have a trait that some might say is inappropriate for the league chairwoman. You're into Shotacons, and this is going to get really weird really fast, aren't you? I am utterly incapable of holding back when it comes to a Pokemon battle. Thank God that's not where I thought this was going. Maybe that's why no one's passed this test recently. It's a bit of a problem, to be honest. But you might manage something wonderful, like Champion Nimona did. So, are you ready for your final test? I want to see the true measure of your talent. Gina sends out a Vaporeon! Oh boy, we're not having Pokemon battles anymore, are we, Gina? I would say NC Hunger Games. NC? And movies, etc., like The Hunger Games, had a big impact on it, but H1Z1 was the original game, in my opinion. It very well might have been. H1Z1 is another one of those games that is really old. I actually never played it myself. But that's why I'm saying, even going way back that far, I would have to look up a lot of dates to figure out what came out and when. Wow. Okay, so far, Gita, you're not putting up much of a fight. That was the correct decision. Please continue. I mean, continue. Go. Okay. Continue with what? Honestly, I'm confused about the challenge threshold here, Gita. God, I'm remembering me trying to find a shiny Growlithe. I had Ash in my team, and I was running around one of the earlier areas where you find Go-Goat's pre-evolved form. I can't remember the name of it. I'm willing to bet Ash on his own has killed more than 200 of those pre-Go-Goat forms. So this right now is just like war flashbacks for Ash. Alright, we're going to send out Avalugg. I think Avalugg is an Ice type. Again, I don't think I have a lot of great answers for an Ice type. I think Richard and Bulldoze might do the job, but I'm not sure on that. Man, I'm thinking about it, I could have also gone for a Fire type. I could have gone back to Ash. Alright, yeah, Bulldoze wasn't as effective as I thought it was. So, I guess just for the raw power, we'll swap over to Crunch. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get it to lower its defense. Again, I think Avalanche is a type of move that's really, really strong if you're at full health, and it gets weaker as the opponent gets damaged. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to take the swap. They're probably going to use another Avalanche. Man, a part of me wants to swap into Arcana to eat one of those and hit him with a Metal Claw. But one alone might be enough to take out Arcana. So we're going to swap back over to Ash. Sorry I do all of my thinking out loud during this, but it helps me think through my decisions, and frankly, when I don't talk about them and I just do blindly, that seems to be when I make a lot of my dumbest mistakes. Like sending out a weakened Arcana to go face something head on. Wouldn't have been a smart move. King Gambit. I don't know this Pokemon at all. gotta be one of the new ones then. The name isn't even familiar. Up until now, the only king I can think of is Nidoking. Watch me be wrong. No, okay, I am right, but I'm also wrong. It's a new form on a prior Pokemon. And I suppose I'll take that. Oof, alright, the Iron Head kind of hurt a bit there. Let's Terastallize for the extra damage and still hit him with the Flower Trick. See what this does. But yeah, taking it back to our conversation about the Hunger Games as a concept. I mean, when you branch into it as a raw video game experience, because the concept of it doesn't allow for like respawning and stuff, it is what it is. There's only so many that can claim that even being in the running for an early rendition of it. But books and other storytelling mediums, books, movies, and so on, the concept has been done before. It's just how long did it take for it to finally make it into a video game? Especially one that even if you're being generous and interpretive on how it can be played out, to do something with more than a lobby of like 16 people. Let's try Dem? What the hell just happened to the day-night cycle? Did anybody else see that? We were like in some transition period and then sudden God just hit the light switch or something. Alright, let's go for the crunch and see if Dem can't just end it in one shot. God, I love that. The Mavistiff just hits like a truck. He is not the absolute tankiest of Pokemon. But man, when he swings, it is like swinging a baseball bat upside against whatever's head it's hitting. What? What flower-ass thing is this? Okay, well, flower, plant, Ice Fang? Be the light that guides all trainers, Glimora. The day brightened because you sent me out. Dem, you are the light of this world. I'll allow that. What type did it become? Is that normal? No, I think that's rock. I think that might be rock type. I'm trying to tell what that is. It almost looks like a minecart filled with dirt. So maybe it is rock type. Unfortunately, we don't have anything for type coverage. But Glimora is currently frozen, so let's just rack up some damage with... Holy shit! I'm sitting here like, oh, yeah, we'll just hit it with 2 or 3 crunches while we're waiting on the frozen status to wear off. Again, hits like a goddamn fucking truck! You see, Team Star really fucked up thinking that they had to put those Pokemon in vehicles and run kids over. Really, all they needed was 6 Mavistiffs to just go in there and just terrorize the children. Problem solved, and you don't have your school shooter analogy. Done and done. Just get 6 Dems coming in there and just terrifying small children. Such overwhelming power. Such amazing skill. It seems Paldea has gained another wonderful trainer to be proud of. Congratulations. It's my honor to call you Champion Ian. Congratulations is right. Now I can really say you're good to go. Why, Poppy, why are you... Someone throw this child off of this building. You two. And take Grandpa home to go sit in the chair while he cries himself to sleep. You Pokemon trainers are the treasure of Paldea. And amid that treasure, champions are the jewels that shine brightest. Champion Ian, it is now your duty to set an example for all of the trainers of Paldea. Now, allow me to walk you back to the entrance. I'm certain you'll find a familiar face awaiting you. I still have my battle with Nemona. This is still mandatory. Everything about this champion title exists for this singular fight. Ian! Ian! Oh man, I can tell just looking at you. You did it right. You became a champion. You know it. Ugh, I knew all along. I got word from La Primera when you cleared the elite test. Oh man, Ian, I'm a champion, and now you're a champion. Which means we're true equals, you and me. Both champion-ranked trainers. Oh, this is amazing. Now that you've made it here, I've got one thing to say. Let's you and me be best rivals for life. This was never a question. Tomaya. Alright. You know what rivals do, right? They battle their absolute hearts out. I'm going to hit you with everything this time. You ready? Do wait a moment, Champion Nemona. What's the matter, Primera? The champion assessment has only just ended. I believe a rest is in order for Champion Ian. Meowscarada and the others. Champions must be understanding toward their opponents. Yeah, right. There I go, getting excited again. Sorry, Ian, and... Just call him Lupin. I gave him a nickname. I also must ask, is this roadside really the setting you two want for your first battle as true equals and rivals? Well, now that you mention it, that's a good point. In that case, can we use one of the Pokemon Battle League courts? Surely there's somewhere more fitting. A place with special meaning for the two of you, perhaps? Oh, right outside my house, where we had our first fight. That seems to be the most fitting to me. Out behind your house. Oh, our beach out back? Yeah, the place where we had our first battle, that just might work. But, on the other hand, to me it's just kind of my backyard, you know, a little ordinary. Any place else? I guess Mezagoza? The place where we set out on our journey. That reminds me, Ian. Remember back when Director Clavel explained the treasure hunt? You know how he told us to go in search of our own treasure? Well, I know what treasure I got out of all of this. I found a true rival. Someone who can stand up to me at my full capabilities. That's right. I mean you. I'm so glad I got to meet you. Anyway, that being said, I'll be waiting for you at the battle court in Mesagoza's Central Plaza. See you there. Personally, she's a bad rival. Feels more like a guy taking it easy on you. I don't know if I would say she's a bad rival. She's definitely, in my opinion, a fun character. I think there's a... Man, the problem is the concept of the rival character in the Pokemon franchise has been muddied and beaten around and tossed aside so much that unfortunately the character archetype that it used to portray is just completely irrelevant now. If you compare it to some of the earlier rival characters, I'd have to completely agree. The problem is we've gotten so many god-awful rivals as well, that in the scale of the rival archetypes, I think she's somewhere in the middle. As far as a character and the kind of personality you get from her, I do really like Nimona. But I can kind of see where you're coming from. Also, the mentality of taking it easy on you was kind of instilled upon her from the adults in the room when you went to have your first fight with her. She actually was gonna come at you with everything that she had, and I think it was Clavel who basically says, "Now hold on, he's just starting. You've got to bring him down. You got to bring it down to to earth here, lady." And it's possible that you could argue that mentality has carried throughout this, and why she was so hell-bent on you being able to reach her status symbol, so that now she could finally have that fight that she wanted all the way back then. I am known as La Primera, but even when facing me in the final test of her champion assessment, Nimona didn't reveal her full might. In you, I suspect she has found someone she can battle without holding anything back. Okay, and there you go. We're getting even more into her personality type. It certainly doesn't detract from what you were saying, though. She's a good character. Would be nice if there was an extra character who was more in your face. Yeah, I think the early days of Pokemon rivalry instilled in us so much the harsher, more abrasive rival. And if you think about the rival concept, in actual storytelling as a story-pushing focal point, there isn't any harsh requirement for a rival to be a total dick, but what you need to have is a constant want for growth either on one or both sides. But some interpretations of this will ultimately lead to more enjoyable interactions than others, based on people's opinions and takes on what they want the characters bouncing back and forth off of each other to be portrayed as. Obviously, you've got the Ash and Gary from the anime being a great example. Another one would be for more modern anime, the My Hero Academia approach. Deku and Bakugo also harshly play that almost antagonistic rivalry. Despite the fact that Bakugo is not a harsh villainy character. He's just rude and abrasive about things. Alright, where is the... God, zoom back in, game. Okay, she's all the way back here. Got it. But there are other rivalries you can look at across various pop culture references that aren't that harsh, abrasive characteristics. And I think that's kind of what they were leaning for here. I will say some of the worst ones we've had are just generally annoying, and you almost don't even know why they necessarily were fully put up with to the extent they were portrayed in. I think one of my least favorite was, what was his name? Barry? Yo, those birds were freaking out about something up there. But we've gotten a couple of really bad ones. I've referenced X and Y being one of my favorite. One of my personal favorite Pokemon entries. But they had some god-awful rivals. And this scene right here is playing out as a really strong example of why these games need some voice acting these days. This entire thing playing out here, we really need to hear like what Nimona sounds like here. There aren't a lot of scenes in this game that make a strong example for just why you need voice acting. That right there was one of them. Barry was great in Pearl. Barry had scenes that really made him shine as a character. I'll give that all day long. But in the scenes where he was in his weakest portrayal as a character, it really felt like it was being dragged through the mud sometimes. Paul in the anime, Paul would be, specifically the anime rendition of Paul, would be one of the most iconic, like, perfect personifications of the antagonistic rival. As much of an absolute jerk as he wasn't harsh dickbag just for being a dick. I'd still say that goes to like Gary Oak, which as the anime portrayal of him progressed, he actually mellows out a lot, and the later depictions of Gary Oak with the rivalry with Ash make a lot more sense. But man, did it take a long time to get there, and I would not want anybody to just be like, oh, yeah, that makes Gary the greatest rival because he had character progression. He did, but it only progresses to, like, the state he should have started in, not where he actually started. And it's kind of falters for me on that take. Now, he's iconic, and a lot of the scenes where he's well portrayed are beautifully done, but those are so few and far between. The fining you 10 million if you say anything bad about me. Yeah, takes like that. Those ones were my least favorite to read through. The second he would start spouting off stuff like that, I was just smashing the A button. I was like, okay, yeah, we see where this is going. Just get me out of here. Alright, Palma. I think this is the fighting electric bear. We haven't brought Arcana out for a while. Let's see what Arcana can do in this scenario. But yeah, I've got to completely agree. Paul was one of the best rivals in the entire anime. I would also say another good example of a rivalry character that I enjoyed wasn't even a rival with Ash in the anime. I think it was May. Oh, that hurt! Holy cow! I forgot about the fighting weakness. My bad. But anyways, I think it was May when she was doing the contests. Who was the guy that had the cactus Pokemon? I can't remember the name. Cacnea or something like that. That guy was another really enjoyable rivalry run during that arc as well. Again, the scheming, the manipulating, while also still constantly competing at that same level. Drew or Harley? I think it might be Harley had the Cacnea. Look, Dem, for very different reasons, I completely agree. I also definitely appreciate Brock's greatest rivalry, the female gender. Orthworm. I think we're going to swap over to Richard. But look, that's for very different reasons. And unfortunately, these are the very same reasons that I can relate to Brock as a character. The man was a romantic at heart, and you can't fault him for that. Well, that blew up in my face. So, did it get stronger for me trying to hit it with a rock move or an earth move? Because that seems to be what happened. In that case, I'll just... Wow, in that case, I will just have my giant water dragon eat the worm at the end of the hook. That's really what we have right here. We have a giant water, like we have a sea monster eating a big earthworm at the end of a hook. I still don't get why he never went after... I still don't get why he never went after Misty or May or Dawn. The guy fell in love with almost every other chick. There's actually a reason for that. I think I can explain this, Richard. So... no, we're going to send a new pawn. Brock was always intended to be depicted from the very origin as being older than Ash. There are many scenes in which he even directly references the age difference between... Wow, that's a lot of parts to that dun sparse. There's a couple of scenes in the early anime where Brock distinctly points out their difference in age. And although the characterizations and the visual portrayal don't line up with that as much, it does set itself up with the idea that Brock is probably closer in age to an Officer Jenny than he would be Ash, the new just starting Pokemon trainer. So when you have other characters that exist to be closer in the age range to Ash, that would be why Brock, you know, despite being a romantic at heart and a man of the ladies, would not stoop to the gutter level of pedophilia. And again, you gotta respect the man who knows the boundaries and still plays the game. Really, Brock traveling with Ash and Misty, for example, was more like having the chaperone on your trip. Okay, we're gonna stick with just the standard ice fang for now. I was gonna terrestrialize them, but it seems unnecessary. Although I do have to say, one of my favorite gags that they relied on from time to time was early on when Brock left. He left to, was it study with, or work with the first primary female professor introduced in the show or whatever. I might be wrong on that, but let's see. Quavicle, we're going to send out... No, we're going to send out Houndstone. But the trauma that he took in while he was in that position, that was one of the funniest gags in my opinion at the time. And that eventually turned into, was it Misty abusing him? I think Misty abusing him started first, and then it returned even harsher. And then that became eventually Krogunk doing all of that. And the Krogunk interactions was easily my favorite interpretation of the beating on Brock for hitting on ladies. For a point, there was one girl who was probably younger than him, Timatsu, But then again, he wasn't into her for most of that episode. Tamaku? Was this in a more recent rendition of the Pokemon series as well? Because unfortunately, so much of what was understood and canonized in the series, I think it was primarily the Sun and Moon restart of the series, the soft restart, that retconned so much of what we understood of the franchise. Was it in Johto Journeys? Alright, I'd have to look into that. Max also had a tendency to pull Brock away from the ladies too. Yes, but his was so much more tame. It was always just like grabbing the ear and dragging him off. That's a lot more tame than a literal superpowered being channeling raw venom into its fist and gut punching you. I mean, you gotta realize, when we're talking about Pokemon taking out their attacks on people, understand that when Ash was taking a flamethrower from Charizard, you're talking about a Pokemon who could be placed on the competitive equivalents of like godly characters. Like, these are things that if they existed, they would be weapons of war. And people are just taking shots from these creatures in that world. Alright, here's my hope here. It's getting some speed buffs. We can't risk the Thunder Fang. I'm hoping the extreme speed will pay off. Yeah, it did. My mistake, it was spelled Temasu, and it was Johto League Champions, had to look it up. I'll have to look that character up, I don't know who that is. Oh, you are not going to be crying. This has got to be like super ultra hyping you up. This is exactly what you wanted, wasn't it? You did it! That is legit incredible. You're the strongest out there, Ian. I mean, thank you? You knocked me flat. I was giving you absolutely everything I had. Everything I... Oh man, Pokemon battling right... Oh, this is going faster than I can read. So much more fun than I ever knew. Thanks for that incredible match. There we go. Wrap it up. Again, you're telling me we had a scene like this, and they're not gonna give us the animation? Oh, going right into a round 2 and our character's just like, nah, let's maybe not. Nimona, put a pen in that one, or a pin in that one. We'll come back to that later. Alright, and that is the Victory Road storyline complete. So we have now finished off all 3 paths. And there is one final, I suppose you'd call it the post-game content that we have to deal with. I believe we still have to go rescue Mamisada. Rototototo. Yo, Arvin here. Bow wow! Oh, down boy, down. Jump up like that. Oh, don't jump up like that. Seems like hearing your voice has old Mabastiff here all worked up, Ian. Oh, but that's not why I called. Nearly forgot. You remember what we talked about before? About going to Area 0? Yeah, I was just talking about that. Of course you do. You little know-it-all. Got a mind like a steel trap, eh? Well, all the effort you've been putting in around Paldea has really helped you make a name for yourself. Built up some goodwill, that's for sure. So I've been able to secure 2 allies who want to go to Area 0 with us. They should have us ready to tackle anything. So now we've all just got to get there. First step will be gathering at Area 0. I'll be ready and waiting at the 0 gate. I'll send you the location on your phone. Don't leave me hanging forever. That looks mildly intimidating. Gotta love Mabastiff in the background getting all hyped. Where do I want to go? I want to leave. I want out. Get me out of this school. Alright, where's the... Okay, that's the 0 gate, so I'll just fly out this way. You're telling me I can't just fast travel from inside my dorm room? Okay. You can have this one game. But realize that I am a little perturbed being told that I have to sit through one loading screen just to go sit into probably another loading screen. Just to sit through another loading screen because I want to fast travel. Kind of a little annoying. Alright, anyways guys, I'm going to save it here. I'm going to wrap it up. We are going to do Area 0 in the next live stream. Unfortunately, I had to, like I said at the start of this stream, this was mostly to wrap up the unfortunate cutoff that we had in the last stream. Thank you so much for sitting through this with me and making it to the end of this run. I am absolutely exhausted, and I am going to go fall asleep for probably another 10 hours. And hopefully next time, the energy ceiling will be a little bit higher, and I can manage to get through the entirety of Area 0. I want to see if I can't get this done probably Monday-ish? Yeah, we'll aim for Monday. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you next time. Have a good one. And Dem, enjoy your time out in uni.